Hi, everybody. Welcome to Insights with Monique. I am Monique Gomez, your personal coach, educator, and overall curious human trying to figure out how to do this messy life with consciousness as best as possible. Today, I want to talk about how to kind of handle conflict in our body, um, or when we're in like communication with another, right? So, oftentimes when we're communicating, there can be some dysregulation that happens, especially if we get a little heightened, right? So, I want to share these 5 somatic techniques that actually come from the book Monsters in Love by Resma Menakem. And I think that they're really important in these 5 steps because they give us a chance to slow down the heightened experience, right? That experience of being in our survival brain where we want to fight or we want to flee or we want to freeze or we want to fawn. When we get into that space, because when we're in that space, that's usually when things will tip over and then we're not listening and it creates more pain and more conflict. And we can catch this before it gets very escalated. Oftentimes we go to the escalation and we will kind of live there, or that's kind of how we've been in a pattern with somebody, is like we start the conversation and then it goes very quickly to escalation and we never feel like we're hearing the other person or they're hearing us, right? And so it's not effective after a while at all. Actually, it's just never effective, because if you cannot really truly hear and listen to what the other person is saying without being in defense mode, which is I need to defend myself because I feel threatened, because I feel like I'm in survival mode, then we don't really get anywhere and we stay in these negative loops and these negative patterns. So I just want to break down 5 steps that could be really helpful to get out of that space of fight or flight or survival. Okay. In the body. And this is, remember, we're going back always to the body because we can feel when we are getting into that space. Noticing what happens to your breath is a good way to know what's going on in your nervous system. Okay. So if your breath is starting to get really shallow or really short, and you're starting, your voice is getting kind of tight, or your throat's getting tight and your voice is getting louder, totally signs that you might start that you're getting heightened. Or, right, you could be on the opposite end where you're noticing you're not saying anything and you're getting really small, but your breath is still getting really shallow and your heart's kind of racing and you don't want to do this and you want to avoid, right? All of these are signs that you're not in like a easeful, open space to actually hear what the other person is trying to say. So when you're feeling any of these body situations, right, any of these body sensations, the first thing to do is notice. So notice the sensations and emotions without reacting to them, right? So when you notice them, then you can make a choice. Remember that awareness creates choice. So when you have an awareness of what your body is doing, then you have an opportunity to create a choice, right? When you can notice the sensations and emotions that you're experiencing and not be even more reactive, then you can say, hey, how do I want to go about this next, right? So you settle, you calm, and you smooth, or you soothe the mind, the heart, and the body. So by even just giving yourself that little bit of, hey, I need a minute, right? I need to take a pause real quick to settle, calm, and soothe myself, just to soothe the moment. And you do that by noticing your body and then taking a pause, taking a minute. And then you accept the discomfort and sit with it rather than fleeing from it, right? So if you can accept, I'm uncomfortable right now. it's okay to be uncomfortable. Most of the time, we're gonna be uncomfortable. And I think we're in a society that kind of teaches us like to run from discomfort, and we're always supposed to be pretty like chill and comfortable. And that is not the reality of life. That is not the reality of being a human on this planet, especially right now. No, it is uncomfortable to be here. It is uncomfortable to be in our body. It's uncomfortable to be in relationships. It's uncomfortable to navigate adulting most of the time. So rather than trying to escape from it, right? And we can do that in all different kinds of ways, right? We escape through social media, we escape through the screen, we escape through alcohol, drugs, video games, sex. We shut down, we just try to figure out a way to escape rather than sitting in like, whoa, okay, I'm uncomfortable and I'm just going to accept this and just be in it. I'm just going to sit in this discomfort. Because one thing to know about discomfort is it is a wave, right? So there's, as much as we're going to be in discomfort, you also come out of discomfort. The more you can accept, oh, I'm in discomfort, the easier it is to kind of get out of it, right? Knowing it's going to come back, knowing you'll find some discomfort again, because that's, again, human. But not fearing the discomfort, right? Because it's like there's this fear, like we're trying to be so out of the discomfort that we're trying to run away from it. And that is what keeps us there, because we're never giving ourselves a chance to kind of drop out of it again. So accepting the discomfort and sitting with it rather than trying to go away from it. Okay. And then stay present with it. Feel the ambiguity of it, right? Like oh, I don't know how to be in this. And experience the uncertainty, because you don't know what's going to happen next. We don't know when we're uncomfortable what the heck is next. So it is uncertain. But then when you just can accept it, you can respond from the best part of yourself, because you can say, oh, wow, okay, I'm just going to accept this. I'm going to stay present in this. I'm going to really be here with this. And I'm going to respond by even saying, wow, I'm really uncomfortable. This is making me very uncomfortable. I feel really unregulated and I'm not sure what to do. Speaking the fact that you don't know what to do, that you're uncertain, is okay. It's actually really, really healing when we can just be very honest and say, I don't know. I'm very nervous right now, right? Speaking to the emotion that is happening is huge. And then after that, usually, if you have a conversation with somebody and you're doing these things, then you can safely discharge the energy that got built up by doing something really healing or really like comforting. Like you can dance or you can walk or you can just go exercise or you can just shake your body out, right? Because when we're dysregulated, there's energy that's building up. And so sometimes just letting it drop, letting your body shake, going for a walk, moving your body, taking breaths, moving your body is a way to dispel the energy, to move it, to let it go, to where it's not here and you're going to be fighting and you're trying to fight for your life, basically. You let it go. You look around, you're safe. This isn't life threatening. Usually, the times that we're feeling these things does not mean that our life is threatened, for the most part. So we can remind ourselves of that and we can move that energy and we can say, okay, I'm safe. I'm going to let this go. I'm finding my body. I'm staying in the present moment. So try doing these things when you start noticing your body's uncomfortable, whether you're talking to somebody or not, whether this is getting triggered in conversation or it's just you sitting there by yourself and you're noticing your anxiety and you're noticing your thoughts are ruminating and you're like, okay, I'm noticing my body's feeling heightened. My brain is spiraling. What can I do? Oh, I can take a breath. I can take a minute. I can pause, right? You can start doing the sensations, noticing it, accepting the discomfort, just knowing that you're going to be uncomfortable for a minute. Speak to it. Say, oh, okay, I'm uncomfortable, but this will move. This will move, right? And then stay present with it. Stay present with it and try to respond from a place that feels more true to the moment, whatever that is, whatever you're feeling. And then move the energy. Okay. Let me know what you think about this. Either leave a comment below Yeah, see how this feels. Try it out. This is all about experimenting. Life is a constant experiment. You are in this body. You are going to be with it. You are going to be experiencing in it. So try this out. See if it shifts. Let me know in the comments. And also, if you're interested in any more of this kind of work and workshops, go to moniquegomez.com. I'll send the link below. And also, I'm going to be teaching Rewire Your Relationship, which will be 5 somatic techniques and tools that will actually bring you closer to connection and get all of those conflict kind of tendencies kind of done, be done with them. If you're interested in that, check out the link below or go to moniquegomez.com. Amazing. Thank you for joining. We'll see you next time.